So in this video I just wanted to talk a little bit about an overlooked fundamental, especially for you regular golfers, which is your grip. What I notice a lot on the teaching tee and just when I'm walking around golf courses is how quite adept players, their grips have slipped. And of course what that means is it alters the face of the club. So your swing can be quite consistent, but of course if your hands are in the wrong position, they're manipulating the club face, sadly at the wrong angle, and that will affect the quality of your golf shots. So a good tip is start practicing by taking the club up in the air like this. So initially I'm going to work on my top hand, my left hand grip, hold the club out like so, put my top hand on like that and just hover it in the air, and now I can feel it's a nice strong grip. If I lower that to the ground, take the club comes back to here, you can see the face of the club is at a nice square angle like that. What I see quite a bit of is that the top hand, or either hand, come to that, starts to get twisted, and if I hold it at the incorrect angle up here I can already feel a strain in my forearm like so, and my hand actually wants to come back to here to get in line with the forearm. Problem now is, as you can see, the club face closes, and if I place it down like so, I go back like that, you can see the club's at the wrong angle there. And the problem then is when that comes back to the golf ball, that's going to come in close and tend to make the ball go to the left. Same deal if I hold this with my left hand, put my right hand on where you normally have it, hold that up in the air, you can feel that nicely to there. If I lower that, come back to there, club face is nice and square like that. So if I get in the habit of just putting my left hand on up in the air, join it with the right, I can now feel that's nice and fluid, and then when I bring it back down, club face is at that angle to there. You can confirm it then by using a mirror or a reflection, have a look at where your hands are pointed, but I definitely think there's a lot of mileage to practicing grip up in the air. For instance, if you had a pencil, you picked a pencil up, you'd pick it up and then you'd actually find the grip in the air. You find out where you'd be most comfortable in your fingers. So, and for those of you, of course, who play racket sports, pick up a tennis racket, you definitely have your hand up. You'd never have the hand underneath like that. You'd always have the hand nice and neutral to there. So I think it's well worth practicing, just double checking your grip, because what happens is over a period of time, sometimes the grip just starts to slip out without you noticing, and it can take 2 to 3 months. So what I recommend to all my students is just check your grip, certainly once a fortnight, check it up in the air, then confirm it with a mirror or reflection, and then you can see your hands nice and parallel like this. There's no slippage underneath. Of course, the reverse is true. If your hands get a little bit too far this way, sometimes I see players coming on like this with a hand over, and that also can roll the face over at the wrong angle. So a little bit of practice up in the air will really pay dividends to get this really crucial fundamental right every time. So question I get asked a lot about a grip is how hard should I grip it? And my general answer to that is, say, 5 or 6 out of 10. So if you imagine 1 out of 10 was the weakest you could hold something and 10 was the very strongest, a 5 or a 6 is a great idea, because as the swing progresses, the hands will start to firm up naturally. So a great way to find this out is actually make some swings up in the air. So you take the club like so, hold it around about a foot off the ground, just so that you can waggle it, make a couple of swings. If I do the same again, I can flex it, make a swing. The fact that I can waggle the club means that my wrists are fluid. If it's too tight, which I see a lot of in play, especially when it starts getting important in a big game, people see something like that, I can't waggle it. Of course, if it's too light, it's going to come out to there. So 5 or 6 out of 10 in there, and then you can feel also your arms are relatively soft, because what you don't want is, what I see a lot of, is that back arm locking up like that. In fact, 2-time Masters champion Jose Maria Lafabelle would often use this as an exercise prior to a shot. So you stand there, have a practice swing or two, like that, relax the grip, come in and hit the shot. And again, for him, that definitely gave him the feeling of fluidity that he was looking for prior to the shot. So I hope that tip helps with your grip pressure. And just moving forwards, if you want to write in any queries you have or any questions you'd like to ask on the golf swing, please feel free.